Hey, you guys, and welcome to American Culture. So the other day I got to ask, well, how come I don't price my stuff the way that I should? I promise you, any entrepreneur or any creator is the exact same way. We don't know how to go out there and charge what we're worth for stuff. For example, when I first started painting, I would charge like a few $100s for these things. Now it's thousands and maybe a trip around the globe. It's happened before. And it didn't start happening. I didn't start raking in that kind of money for the things that I did until I actually saw myself as worthy of doing so. And the thing is, this goes all the way back to childhood when we were little and we would make things and we'd take it to the adults in our lives and they were like, that sucks. Or they would just criticize it and put it down. We learned one of two things. What we were doing was not that great. It just wasn't. And number two, that the only real payment we were going to get back from that was some type of a validation. So we learned to settle for, do they like it? Now, of course, this turned into a bigger personality where a lot of us became people pleasers and we gave people access to us for next to nothing because really, again, we only understood our payment, our currency that we should receive as being some type of validation. We suck as human beings. We're not good at stuff, blah, 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 blah. The confidence wasn't supported. Is it making sense? You've been there. If you're watching this video, yeah, you grew up in the same type of circumstance that I did. It was never good. It was never great. If it was, nobody noticed it. But if it was bad, oh, they told me about it. I had to tell a friend that the other day. I think I made a video about that. If I'm showing you something, it's so that you can tell me how fabulous it is. I do not need your criticism, but it took me till 30 something years old before I was able to stand up and say that type of stuff. Now, if you're still in that mentality where everything that you make is worthy of criticism and the only real payment that you get is validation, ding, 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 that's the reason why it's going to be hard for you to charge, because you're not going to think that somebody's going to want to pay $12,000 for that. You don't think that, because you don't think you're worthy of that, because you think they're going to look at it and find every single thing wrong with it, and how come you didn't do that, maybe that's falling apart and all this other stuff, because that's what you learned in childhood. It's not till you get over that. It's not till you actually have confidence support it. It's not till you stop saying, I'm not here to please you. I'm here to give you access to this greatness if you could pay the price for it. That's the mentality shift that has to change. I'm not doing this stuff because it's cutesy. This is a privilege for me to be in your space and you to have access to this. It comes with a cost, whether that's your behavior needs to be on point. You got to be respectful, honorable, patient, all that good stuff. Or you have to be financially able to pay 12 grand for something like this, or get me a ticket to a foreign country for stuff like that. And you no longer negotiating with your own self-worth. You have a whole life of greatness to pay for, and it ain't cheap. Access to you isn't cheap either. Have a blessed day, friends.